Ever wondered how the most intense family bonds can sometimes cross boundaries? Get ready to explore 10 gripping films that dive deep into the complex and often unsettling world of brother-sister relationships. These films push the limits of intimacy, loyalty, and love, and might just leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about family. Schwarzer Panther is a film that explores the rather unusual dynamics between a brother and sister, focusing on their conflicting feelings for each other. The plot centers on teenagers living in a dysfunctional family, where emotional wounds and family tragedies intertwine with barely contained passions. Sisters and brothers in the movie become not only victims of their environment, but also witnesses of destructive processes in their own souls. And although the relationships between the main characters do not go beyond mundane communication, their inner feelings and tangled emotions become the main engine of the plot. Schwarzer Panther does not try to shock, but its psychological load is strong. The movie clearly feels how the family shadow falls on relationships, limiting their development. It is a movie about inner struggles, hidden desires, and the uneasy but important bond between brother and sister, which can be both destructive and purifying. The Dreamers is a cult film by Bernardo Bertolucci that, despite its explicit focus on the relationship between brother and sister, evokes contradictory feelings in the audience. The story revolves around two siblings, Thibault and Isabelle, who live in Paris in 1968 and are involved in the revolutionary movement. However, their personal lives take a much more explicit form when an American student, Matteo, joins them. At first, their relationship seems innocent, but as the plot develops, it becomes clear that there is a complex, almost erotic attachment between brother and sister that makes their relationship increasingly entangled. The Dreamers is not just a movie about brother-sister relationships, but a movie about breaking boundaries, about the search for identity and freedom in a world racked by revolution and personal dramas. The atmosphere of the movie is imbued with eroticism and experimental energy, creating a tension that goes beyond the usual perception of fraternal feelings. It is a work that does not leave one indifferent, raising questions about the nature of intimacy and how forbidden feelings can intertwine with ideology and personal freedom. Drifters is an Italian drama that plunges the viewer into the shaky, almost taboo world of feelings between brother and sister. Michele and Francesca are step-siblings, but their relationship is far from simple. After the death of their father, they find themselves under the same roof, and a subtle, unsettling emotional bond is gradually built between them, balancing affection and attraction. The movie doesn't seek to shock. It explores the boundaries of what is permissible while staying within the bounds of aesthetics and style. The atmosphere is saturated with understatements, and the tension between the characters is conveyed through Rai's gesture and silence. This is a movie about people barely touching each other, as the title suggests. It leaves behind not an answer, but a feeling. Drifters is not for those looking for a straightforward plot. It is a mood movie that raises inner questions and provokes reflection on the nature of intimacy, especially that which originates within the boundaries of the family circle. The Passing is a British psychological thriller in which the theme of brother-sister bonding is implicit but profound. The movie is about a young couple whose car is wrecked on a remote road in Wales. They are taken in by a mysterious man who lives in a secluded house, hiding something dark from his past. Although on the surface the story seems linear as the plot unfolds, parallels to the theme of family, loss, and deep, displaced pain become apparent. The brother and sister are not the central characters here, but their image resurfaces in memories, in details, in hints that the viewer puts together like a puzzle. This movie is slow, almost hypnotic, where nature becomes a participant in the drama, and silence is more important than words. The Passing is a movie about the past that cannot be erased, and about ties that do not break even after death. ideal for those who like atmospheric stories with subtext and psychological tension. Homesick is a Norwegian drama that explores the painfully delicate subject of forbidden love between brother and sister with remarkable sensitivity. Charlotte is a young woman whose life changes after meeting Henrik. They soon discover that they are half-brother and sister, but the feeling that has arisen between them can no longer be ignored. The film does not seek to shock, on the contrary, it fascinates with its restraint and emotional truth. Director Anna Bjornstad doesn't offer excuses. She simply shows how loneliness can pull you towards intimacy, even when it's inappropriate. Homesick is a story not so much about taboos, but about people lost in their own desires and the wounds of the past. The main characters are alive and vulnerable, and that's what makes the movie so moving. It won't give you simple emotions, but it will leave an inner echo. If you're looking for a movie about how hard it is to be honest with yourself, especially in love, Homesick is worth watching. Torn Apart is a powerful and emotionally charged drama about the forbidden love between a brother and sister who grow apart and meet unexpectedly as adults. Their connection seems random at first, but as the story unfolds, it becomes clear that there is not just an attraction between them, but a deep longing that stems from a sense of loss, loneliness, and an unconscious longing for familial closeness. The film balances on the edge. It does not moralize, but shows the complex psychology of the characters, their pain, and their attempt to find support in each other, even if not within the framework to which society is accustomed. The direction is delicate but bold, and the acting makes you believe in the reality of what is happening. Torn Apart is not a movie for a general audience. It requires a willingness to deal with difficult themes and inner work. But if you're looking for a movie that can stir emotions and question boundaries, this is definitely one of the strongest representatives of the genre. Bad Family is a Finnish drama in which the theme of brother-sister relations is revealed through the prism of strained family ties and hidden conflicts. The story is about a family where dark changes in the children's behavior begin against the backdrop of broken relationships between parents. The main emphasis in the movie is on how emotional traumas are inherited and affect the everyday life of the characters. Special attention is paid to the cousins who begin to exhibit feelings that go against the norms of society. Although the movie does not expose explicit scenes, it understatedly conveys the characters' inner struggles, which makes the story particularly disturbing. Paha Perhe is not just a movie about the breakdown of a family, but about how deep-seated fears and addictions can distort even the simplest of human relationships. It is a movie about the pain behind the facade of normalcy and how difficult it is to break the vicious cycle. Delta is a Hungarian drama that touches on the most taboo facets of brother-sister relationships. The protagonist, Miklos, returns to his native land to find his sister, about whom he knew nothing for a long time. An unusual and intense bond develops between them, filled with inner struggle and temptation. While the plot does not reveal a direct sexual relationship, it focuses on how feelings of loneliness and isolation can lead to a spiritual and physical merging of people who are meant to be for each other, but in an unacceptable way. Delta is not just a movie about forbidden feelings. It's a profound story about the search for identity and how family bonds can be both a source of strength and destruction. Director Cornel Mundruzo masterfully creates an atmosphere of tense silence, where every action has weight and every look has significance. There is an explicit scene in the movie, but it is not the climax. Everything happens smoothly, almost organically, forcing the viewer into the darkness of the characters' psychological states. Sister of Mine is a Spanish thriller that explores themes of fear, guilt, and dark family secrets with unusual intensity. Although the movie does not focus directly on brother-sister relationships, the plot is intertwined with the complex and forbidden emotions that families sometimes display. The main characters are a woman and her brother who find themselves drawn into the events surrounding a murder. But their relationship is deeper than just blood and bonding. The movie has not only thriller elements, but also psychological undertones, where attachment and disappointment become key motifs. Sister of Mine is a movie about the dark corners of the human soul, where all feelings are intertwined with tragedy. The bond between brother and sister here is not expressed in a simple relationship, but in a deep understanding that pulls them into the darkest corners of their own past. This is a film about how hard it is to realize that those closest to you can hide terrible secrets, and how much family can affect our lives, even when we try to run away from it.
Some people have ordinary childhoods.
Flowers in the Attic is an adaptation of the famous novel Dabdapubia by W.K. Woods, in which the theme of brother-sister relationship is revealed through the prism of psychological drama and forbidden feelings. The plot tells how children, brother and sister, find themselves locked in the basement of their family home after their mother tries to hide their existence from her wealthy husband. In the confined environment, their relationship goes through a terrifying ordeal. Despite the terrible circumstances, complex and dangerous feelings begin to develop between them, which becomes the central conflict of the movie. Flowers in the Attic is not just a story of physical imprisonment, but also a metaphor for psychological isolation. The movie creates a strong emotional tension by raising questions about how moral boundaries can be violated in extreme circumstances. In this movie, the brother and sister become not just victims of circumstance, but participants in an internal struggle where the lines between love and forbidden feelings are blurred. This is a frightening, disturbing, and achingly beautiful movie about how relationships can be distorted by tragedy and withdrawal. These films certainly don't shy away from challenging themes and dark dynamics. From forbidden love to unspoken tension, each one offers a unique perspective on brother-sister relationships. If you're looking for something bold and thought-provoking, these movies will keep you on the edge of your seat. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more intriguing film recommendations.